Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Air Hauler with me, Heard 37. So in our last flight, we ended up in Palm Springs at KTRM, and there are now jobs going back from there, and so I figured that's what we should take. And this is going to be a longer flight. Where am I going? Palm Springs. See if I can bring it up here. There we go. There's actually 3 going from here. One's a very short flight, which we don't want to do. Another one goes to New York. We probably wouldn't even be able to do that with the fuel. This shorter one actually pays more anyway. It's going to Youngstown, Ohio. 1,738 miles. So I've already accepted it. Got the plane loaded up. So we'll be off to Youngstown, Ohio. It's a little bit, just over 1,700 miles, and we have enough fuel. No. Hold on. I screwed that up. I must click 2 things. There we go. Maybe it can't show it. 1,700 miles. Hadn't got there yet. We have about 800 miles extra, of course. We actually will use more than the 1,700 miles. We should still have enough fuel. So let's go ahead and move on over to the plane. Alright everybody, here we are at the plane. I just hit Control E to get her started up. We'll be pulling back, runway 17. I think we came in from over... Is this where we came in? I thought we were actually somewhere else. I do kind of remember having to be perpendicular. Can't remember where we came in from. Alright. Let's go ahead and get this thing going. Our FMC. Alright, so it's KTRM, and we're going to Youngstown, which is KYNG. Alright, we'll be taking off on runway 17. That's one we came in on. Activate, execute. Reserves, let's carry, I don't know if we can get to the reserves. Cruise altitude 33,000. Cost index 75. Execute that. Takeoff. That's just fine. Departing runway 17. Go back and we will be landing on ILS 32. So let's go to legs. I put a couple waypoints in at the end. I don't know if this can... Let's see, maybe I want to delete fetch, actually. Yeah, 5,769. I don't know where the hell that came from. So it did put the 2 fixes in. Alright, so that should be good. We'll go ahead and make sure with this. Because I thought before I tried to put a fix in, it didn't work, but I think that may have interfered with the star, actually. So that might have been the problem. We'll go ahead and step through this. Alright. Mainly what I'm worried about is the end. Alright, so there's the fix, there's the other fix, and then we actually will come in. Maybe it'll show better if I do it this way. Will it show it? Nah, I can't hardly see it, but yeah, I did it so we would come in a little bit better. Alright. Should be good. Alright. So let's go ahead and set this up. 33,000. I gotta get my bearings about how we're getting out of here. We're taking off on runway 17. I don't have to worry about this because auto throttles always knocks it off. So our runway... Alright, so that is our runway right over here. All right. I can't remember though. Do we need to go over here? Where is the best taxiway? I don't know if we can get behind that building, because I'm thinking that's the runway right there. There is two though. There's this one over here. Because I can't really tell if it's... Is it to our left? I'm having a hard time telling. Turn these lights on while I think about it. Well, let's go ahead and push back, and then I'll try and figure it out. I'm just having a hard time telling. Is it that runway? Or this one? I'm thinking we came over on the one to our right. Just push back a little bit. I'm almost sure it's that one, but I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, now we're going to have to taxi. That runway doesn't look very long over here. This thing probably won't turn. This doesn't exactly look like a huge runway either, but I'm almost positive that's where we came in. Alright. We're gonna have to stop here before we get our tires under the grass. So let's head over to our right. I'm gonna guess that's where we are. That's where we're supposed to go. Hopefully I'm right. I don't know, this doesn't look totally like I remember coming in. But I'm thinking we came in over on this one. But didn't we have to taxi? Yeah, well that was because we landed though. So hopefully this is correct. Oh shoot. Always forget something. Taxi lights. Let this be the right one. I think it is. Can't quite see the signage up there. It looks like 1735. Pretty sure of it. So let's head on over here. Probably use as much runway as we can get. Haven't heard that guy the last couple times. Alright, so this is a long flight, 1,700 miles. We haven't done this long in a while. I mean, heck, we're from what, Southern California up to eastern part of Ohio, northeastern maybe? I can't remember exactly where. It was Youngstown, Warren, Ohio. I think that's in the northeast part. While I'm thinking about it, let me trim this down. And we'll set the flaps to 15. Alright. From the flight director, or LNAV and VNAV. I was kind of thinking LNAV probably wouldn't go because we've moved the plane. But it would say, you know, not on intercept, but looks good so far. I'm not going to hit auto throttles because I'm worried about it trying to take off on me again. Yes, we were right. Runway 17. Alright, so we'll get up here. Stop for a second. Brakes and RTO. Landing lights, turn off the taxi lights, put on the strobe. You know what? One thing I forgot. This is that small airport without a tower. So technically, what we should do, we should have already got on there and said we were taxiing over to it, but no, that's not what I wanted. Or I'm not going to request clearance then from them. From where was that, Riverside Airport? Screw that. They'll just save us a little time from having to talk to them. So we do need to get this show on the road. Trying to get my views correct. There we go. Alright. Get her lined up here. I remember, is this the skinny runway? Nah, not that bad. Alright, I'm gonna hit the auto throttles. Alright. I'm gonna hold the brakes while we throttle up. It doesn't seem like that long of a runway. Alright, thrust is set. Let's go for it. I'm gonna push the stick forward just in case the nose tries to come up. I had a little bit of an issue with that.
80 knots.
Come on, girl. I think we should have plenty of room.
V1. Rotate.
Yeah, we got tons.
Positive rate. Gear up.
Alright, gear up.
Flaps 5.
Alright, flaps down to 5, flaps to 1. I'm gonna pull back on the thrust. Pull the nose up to help slow us down. This thing gets so quick on us. Set autopilot. Just to make sure she doesn't go dipping down real bad on us.
Flaps up.
Alright, flaps are up. Alright, there she goes. Let's see, there goes the speed though. We gotta get over those hills, I think, if that's the direction we're going. I think we're going right back over there. I don't know how we came in. I don't know, is that Lake Tahoe? No, that's not Lake Tahoe. What am I talking about? We're not near Lake Tahoe. I know we're near Palm Springs, the other Palm Springs I was thinking about. And there's like nothing out here, is there? Well, you got a lake. You got a lake if you live out here. Oh, you know what? I forgot another thing. The daggone TCAS. Man, oh day. I'm forgetting a lot today. Let's move this range up. Because we're going right back over it. We should be good though with our altitude, getting over those, getting over the hills, mountains, whatever you want to call them. See, it's 2,300 feet right here. There's no possible way you would only be at 2,300 feet. So I know it doesn't keep with it normally, but that doesn't even seem like a good number. There's the airport. Yeah, so I think we come like almost directly the way we came in. With our altitude, we're well clear. Air hauler, you're a little late. Why are you lagging so much? That doesn't make me feel good. The air hauler is lagging. But the speed came back down. 8,000 feet. Yeah, it's just 2,300. There's like no way. It just seems a little odd. I don't know why it did that. And the last ones. What in the world? Flight level 33,000. Obviously not. So something is wrong. Maybe it's because of the fixes. Let's see if that fixes that, but I think it's still going to give us a problem, though. Yeah, flight level 33,000. Down to 2,800. I don't think so. And where would fetch be on here exactly? See, this isn't working out well. Let's step back through this. I just now noticed it was a ridiculous... See if I could just get that bigger. See, that doesn't make sense because my two fixes... Yeah, it doesn't make sense. My two fixes actually should have brought us straight on. That's why I did the fixes. What is going on with this? And this makes no sense. And it's got our fixes way out of whack. So we're going to have to go ahead and delete those. No, it doesn't make any sense to me. So if we go back to the previous page. Right now we come down to the right. But see, it keeps putting it right on the right before the runway. Like you can't. It's got to be out, you know. It just doesn't make any sense. We're well over 10,000 feet, aren't we? Just paying attention to that. So we're landing on runway 32. It doesn't make any sense because my fixes should have been out here. That's where I put them. So we would come in like that. That approach point just doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, it's not even straight on the runway. So I'll probably go ahead and take manual control, come back over here before we get to effort to get to fetch, and then turn around and come back. Just kind of like what we did with this airport, actually. Move the... There we go. Alright, well, everything's looking good so far. So it's going to be a long flight, so I'll go ahead and speed this thing up. Be back in just a bit. Alright, everybody, I just slowed it down. We just got under 10,000 feet, so we'll turn our landing lights on. I can't figure out all the lights, dome lights. Got the, maybe it was the floodlight. Alright, we'll use that. Now we can see better. So I just switched it over to heading. I got off LNAV and everything. And we're slowing it down to 200, that's what I've got it set on. Auto brakes are set to 3. We'll probably go out just a little more. I can't really... Nah, we're probably pretty good. I don't want to get too far out. Maybe we'll take this down to 35. That's the end of the runway right there. Obviously, we got to go around to the other side. We're getting close to our 200 speed. Let's also make sure this is... I just did this a minute ago. But yeah. Alright, so 134. So technically 139. Almost down to our speed. Let's put our... Whoops, wrong way. At fetch, we need to be technically at 2800, but we're going on beyond fetch, so I'm not too worried about that. Could set this to a little bit lower. Alright, hit our speed. Let's just get rid of that. Make sure that's completely gone. That's alright. So that we're close to the runway, to the airport. I don't really see it unless I can't be hit. Is that it possible? No. Well, it should already be lit up there. Maybe that's it. Or it could that could actually be it right there. We're not completely... That's gotta be it. Well, hell, I don't know. Got some action over here, an airport over here. Actually. So maybe that's it. It's not quite to the side of it. That's probably is it. That's not our runway, though. There's one other runway besides ours. And, but it's a really short runway. I'm thinking it's only like 5,000 feet. I think the one we're landing on is over 8,000. Like 8,500, something like that, if I can remember correctly. Our speed right, what, 210? So it's not quite down to where we need it. That's alright. We're gonna go out, like I said, and around. We'll land at 139. I don't know which runway, or where our airport is. You wouldn't figure... I don't, unless it's going the same way. But it's gotta be going this way. It wouldn't have lights for the other one. Not too sure. Yeah, and we are not going to fetch. So, I don't care what the altitude for that is. That's gotta be it. But, yeah, from the other, well, it would be going this way, wouldn't it? Hell, I can't tell anymore. With the wind, we actually gotta go in this way. But it seems like we're going... I don't know how much further it needs to really go. I mean, that would give us what? We're at about the runway, so that would be 10 miles to come back in. Go down to 4,200. Reset our altimeter. We'll get rid of that. We don't even need that anymore. Up to 222. Man, this thing just doesn't like to slow down, does it? Lights look pretty good. Was that Rex? Oh, it's not Rex, is it? FTX. So we're not even quite to the side of fetch. Let's put that at 4,000. Now our speed's dropping as we level out a little bit. Move that down. Alright, so you can see right here. That's where I technically want to go to, although it seems a little far. Make sure this thing sets at 200. It should. I don't want to move it too much. I do want to stay a little out of it, make it for a better, easier turn. Alright, you can hear the engine spooling back up. Got plenty of fuel, and 9.1 in each of the tanks. Obviously the center tank is empty. So I don't know what it means. Minus 12. Does that mean I'm 1,200 feet below him? Is he 1,200 feet below me? I can never tell. But apparently we're on the... No, he's moving to the side. I don't think that's him, though. Could be him. But it seems like he's moving closer on here. Alright, let's cut over a little bit. We can slow it down a little bit. 195. Landing speed is 139. We should be able to get down pretty easily. Don't want to get the flaps out just yet. So far, so good. It's taking a while to get over here. That's why I think we actually went a little bit too far. Let's go down to 3,500. So I guess we should be at near 2,800 around fetch. I have to bring up our range to see fetch when we go over. Alright, move our heading over. Alright, so the altitude's what, around 1,100 of the airport? Which makes me think we've got a little too low. Drop this down to 190. Put our flaps out to 1. Yeah, see, at fetch, if you're only 1,700 feet up, I mean, that's just, it's ridiculous. I don't think this thing puts in good waypoints on the approach. PMDG does, and the other planes always do this as well, but they seem to do a much better job. I mean, they're giving me like approach points like way, way too close to the frickin' airport. Start cutting in. 180. Put the flaps out to 5. So he's still not there to fetch, but I wonder... Other thing is, it doesn't ever says how close you are to the airport. So when do I use my localizer? You know? Move this down to 170. We're heading over. We're gonna be landing on runway 320 or 320, 32. Now I don't see anything. I don't see any lights or anything. Alright. I don't feel like we need to go down much at all. Those are already pretty low. That's gonna be our runway. Close down to 150. Flaps to 15. So we can't do that just yet. I guess that's not our runway. I can't tell. It's gotta be. In which case we should be able to use the localizer. I don't know if I'm just gonna... We're too far? I don't know. Maybe slowed down a little bit too much as well. Flaps to 20. It's gotta be us, man. Well, no, it's blinking. Is that... That's gotta be a freaking plane or something. Maybe this is us. I just can't tell how far out we are. I cannot tell. Just over to the right just a little bit. I don't like the fact that I can't freaking tell. That's gotta be us. In which case, we're not lined up very well at all, by the way. See, I thought we were too far to the left, but apparently we're too far to the right. Not feeling very confident about this. Don't really like the way this is going. So we're not quite at Fetch, and Fetch wanted us at 2800. That's fine. So that's gotta be us going this... Can't be. Is that somebody coming right at us? So here we are. This feels really, really awkward. So we actually probably put on the localizer a little too early.
Traffic.
Yeah, we slowed down too early and everything. I was being a little too cautious. Alright, so we...
Climb.
He's right on us, so if we're gonna hit, we're gonna hit. And O'Day. Alright, so we should be past each other. We already saw him. He's got to be behind us.
Clear of conflict.
Alright, so this thing said 2800 at fetch. This still just feels like too far away. I think we didn't actually ended up not getting too to the right enough. And it says we're high now. Alright. Cool autopilot. Gear down. Let's get our flaps out. Auto throttles off. Set this to 4,000. Oh well with the ILS landing. And of course we're way too high. Alright. So auto throttles left him still running a little too high.
1,000.
Alright. Now we're looking better. On the glide slope. Give it a little throttle as the speed's coming down too much. We're right on the glide slope now. A lot more throttle.
500. 400.
Come on. We're still a little slow. And we're not lined up at all.
200.
We're not lined up. We're a little high now.
100. 50. 40. 30.
Ladies and gentlemen, in preparation for landing, please return all seat backs and tray tables to their upright and stowed position. Ensure all portable electronic
Oh my
devices are turned
goodness,
off,
quite
and
positive.
stow all carry-on
It
items.
seemed like we were coming in so nicely.
Footrests and video monitors must be returned to their original position. Thank you.
It seemed like we were coming in nicely. I think we got a little too slow at the end. Daggone it. That's the first time we've broken anything with this plane. Oh, you're not going to give me... That's a bunch of bull. Alright. We're going to take the taxiway to our right. Also, there's no snow.
We will be taxiing for the next few minutes, so please remain
Even in
seated with
Youngstown,
your seatbelt
there's no
fastened
snow.
until the captain
It's all
turns off
melted
the
by now.
fasten seatbelt sign. At that time,
I thought there
please
would be a
remember to
tower and
check the
everything.
seating area in the seat pockets
Or at least
and
a
overhead
big... I thought it would be a
bins
big
for all
area.
personal belongings that you brought on board.
We had our
When opening
crappy
the
landing with this
overhead
plane.
bins, as the contents may have shifted during flight.
Alright, let me get up to the top here. Taxi lights on, strobe off, landing lights off. Turn on the APU. And we need to take a look outside to see where we need to go. Looks like the buildings are all on our side. I honestly don't know where we should go. Perhaps down there? It looks like maybe there's more buildings down there. I don't know. Let's taxi on towards that way. That really sucks that we had a crappy landing. Like I said, this is the first time we've had a non-okay landing in this plane. Kind of disappointing. I think we ended up getting a little too slow. I shouldn't have cut the throttles when we got right over it because we were still below our speed. Oh, this is a parking area here. Did not know that. Can't see any taxi lines. It looks like it's snowy out here. It shouldn't be, quite honestly. I don't see any taxi lines or anything. There we go. I wish we could park here, but not really recommended, I don't think. Oh well. I don't know. Screw it. Screw it. It'll be quicker for us. Oh, we should have gone to... If I'd have known there was a cut over there, I'd have gone to it. Let's see. Hey, it's not that bad. Go up a little bit more. Our tail would be sticking out a little bit too much for some people. But really not that bad. That tail's not sticking out too bad. For small planes. We shouldn't be parking here, but I don't think there's any gates or anything. They wouldn't tell us, so it's their fault anyway. Alright, taxi lights off. Let's cut the fuel. Cut the lights. Can't remember what... Oh, panel. There we go. Cut these guys off. Alright. Oh, come on. I thought I had you. Alright. So, well, let's go check out the damage. It's not going to be good. We'll check it out. Let's move on over to air hauler. Alright, here we are. As you can see, we did 4% damage. Daggone it. I don't know. They will probably still pay us full. I'm not sure what that is. We'll have to go to Google Translate when I post it. La Bentière. No idea. Yeah, Youngstown, Warren Regional. Alright, once air hauler gets itself together, we'll check it out. That really sucks, man, because I figure we'll do maybe, what, 2-3 more flights in this plane before we move to something else. Like, I think somebody wanted the 737 6 or 700, so we'll probably try that out. Then the 767, if I can get the 727 to work, I'll do that. We'll use the Dash 8. I've got some small planes, fair amount of small planes actually that we really haven't used. So we'll look at those. But our 755 or 757. See how much it costs to repair. 638. That's not that bad. I mean, we're still in the green with this plane, still in the black. So it's not all that bad. It's not where I wanted to be. Obviously, never want to screw up a plane, but we're still all right. We got paid what, 300 grand on that flight, minus the fuel, of course. To get a loan, cancel. The cash book. I wish it would tell you how much you made without minus the fuel. I don't know. Still, I mean, that's half the repairs basically. So minus the fuel, I think we've still made plenty of money with this plane, to be quite honest. Let me go ahead and see exactly where we are, because I'll probably have somebody else take the plane, because there's probably not going to be anything coming out of Youngstown. It's not one of our bases. It's not a huge airport either. Let's go find this. There we are. Yeah, I don't see anything coming out of there. So we'll probably have someone take us maybe over to Detroit or something. We'll have to see if there's anything good coming out of there. We could go to Huntington. I wonder if probably wouldn't be anything good coming out of Huntington worth taking financially. I don't know if 757 should be able to land there. It's 6,400 feet. In real life, it's over 6,000 now. Or no, I said 64. It's over 7,000 now. They added on to it, but for our purposes, 6,400. I don't know. Maybe we go to Buffalo. I think we've flown to Buffalo once. I don't think we've ever done too much with it. So either Detroit or Buffalo probably will fly out of, unless there's some like other airports, like there's Pittsburgh right there. I think that's going to Boise. I don't know. But anyway, that's going to be it for this episode, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next flight.
Approaching minimums. 200. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.